smoking dope, Mac, but last time I TV.
Welcome to the Rambling Rowgh Show. I am your host, Rambling Rowgh, aka Gyres Rowgh. I am on 3 different angles on your ass, and I am joined today, very glad so, to be joined by my guy, Mike. I wish I had Mike Segura. I wish I had my soundboard here so that I could give the clapping, but I'm just going to clap for this guy because I am actually inside of his gallery. We are in the little gallery
of San Bernardino, and it's my thesis show. It's called Meh. Here's a little preview for everybody on the camera. So it's
hit the
called
QR
Meh.
code.
Yeah, hit that QR code.
Hit
We'll put
it.
in the description the links and stuff. But yeah, it's just my thesis show, dude. So thank you for coming and being here and being a part of it.
Hey,
and
man, I'm really glad that you reached out.
Like, this is fucking dope. After COVID and so much isolation, it's cool to see people in person again, you know?
Yeah, man, we're getting outside again. Are you excited to be doing this? Like, getting outside?
Yeah, my work, I think, needs to be outside and with
Yes, sir.
people, you know? Like, I can't just work in a studio. Like, I
Or
think-
over Zoom.
Or over Zoom, yeah. Like, my practice needs to be in community, like, implanted.
So, Mike, last time we talked, actually, it was over Zoom. We were in the middle of COVID,
Oh, yeah.
but we're busting out. And before this interview actually took place, you've been touring me around what you've got set up, and I just kind of want to start here. Pretty much, where are we right now? So we're in the little gallery of San Bernardino.
We're in the breezeway of San Bernardino, which is, I guess, an old developed area that used to have business here. Supposedly there's like a bar at one of these spots, you know, like the spot where all the politicians used to hang out and shit. Like all the decision makers would go to that bar. So like this is where downtown is for San Bernardino. Some of downtown, right? And I guess at one point, like, it was active, like this breezeway. And so, like, this is kind of a revitalization of that. It's led by a few developers. I know David Freeman's one of them, right? And I believe Jose and a few other folks. And they're pretty much just, they own these properties, right? These buildings, and they're trying to get them going with little business, like small business, which is cool. Small business is awesome, right? We need that.
Yeah, especially in the wake of Amazon.
Yeah.
Taking all of everything.
For sure, dude. But like, even with Amazon, there's so many questions and there's so much things to talk about. Like, we have small business, right, which is awesome, but I think rent hikes, you know? Like, the idea that I'm here at this gallery giving into gentrification in a sense as an artist in cultural development, because what if all this good work in the long run, right? All these artists who come show and like present and like the events that happen here and stuff, it eventually leads to these like this gallery costing the people who run it, right? Like Eric and Andrew, like thousands of dollars just to even be able to be downtown anymore. And they're not bringing in any money, dude. They're not asking me for anything. They just gave me a place to show. So what I'm saying is, like, in the long run, like cities like this, right? Like, we're in the beginning of the gentrification, I would say. Like, gentrification's always happening, but like right now is the phase before people start getting pushed out who were like there originally, right? Like, who started it, who did the work, like who built up the city, like arts. Usually arts gets kicked out after the fact that they redevelop an area.
But the stage before that is that arts explode. And they revitalize an area that probably needed some revitalizing.
Exactly. I guess the fucked up part is when developers just push people out after. That's what that's one of the things I think I'm trying to speak to. In conversation, though, not in the work here. The work here is more of a toolkit for people to go against whatever issues they're dealing with, right? Whether that is gentrification or if it's Amazon and this whole warehouse industry. I'm sure you know about people in the warehouses, right? Living here, like, you meet people who've worked
Worked in a warehouse myself, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I've never gone that route in my life. I just stay
It's
away from
it's
it.
modern day. Well,
modern day slavery?
Look, well, a lot of people want to put food on the table, and they do with the warehouse work. So it's not that exactly, but it's grueling, no end in sight sort of work that, hey, many people can do, but for many other people like me, like, I mean, number one, just even, I mean, 9 to 5s in general already are just like even sitting behind a cash register. And look, no disrespect, no flack to people that are cashiers. I'm just saying, like, for some people, my left brain is always active. That artist kick is always active, and I need freshness. I need shit happening. So but warehouses turn that feeling of just being under a light and management and under a thumb just to an 11, and it's not nice. It's not, and I wouldn't.
There's isolation there too, like when you're working alone in your little section
with no music inside of a metal box that you're sweating inside of and working inside of, and no music. It's like, yeah, there's a safety concern there. You know, you don't want to be distracted, but at the same time, like, what? We're doing very physical.
Are you distracted when you listen to music? Like, I honestly, when I'm out and about listening to music, I'm looking around, like, I'm making sure, you know, I'm not
that you're not
run into a car or some shit, you know?
Right. And when you're doing physical activities, if you exercise at the gym, what do you have constantly playing? Music. Exactly. What do you put into your ears constantly while you're exercising and moving and actively trying to gain a pump or whatever it is?
Or outside
Music. Gardening, anything. Living life, right? Being a human. It's like, being and again, it's like, why know culture, that? Right? So it's like, it's devoid of the music and culture,
thinking,
and it's
dude. Arts get people thinking. Arts get people activating a different part of their mind, and I think that's something that corporations are always, people in power are always trying to suppress, right?
Yeah.
If you ever look at any type of suppression of society and civilization, it's usually killing culture. It's killing other languages, right? Because then you can kind of funnel your ideas and like
your power. You can overpower. I mean, culture is power, isn't it? So it's just, it's the machine's power against the against culture.
So pretty much, I made toolkits. The idea is to teach people how to organize, and the other idea is like one of them's based around Amazon and everything, like so many different layers to Amazon that it's really in depth, so you'd have to look at it yourself, but like that goes to disseminate this information to the community, right? Like how to get it out to folks.
So this morning you were actually finishing up an episode of one of these toolkits, right? Can you share anything, or what were you doing this morning?
Toolkit, I guess it could be considered a part of the toolkit, but so I guess I should have started with med, meaning like normally it's a verbal shoulder shrug. Like I got the idea from my friend, right? Whenever like we'd be chilling, he'd be like, I'd ask him something, he'd be like, meh. Like he'd just say meh, messing around like that. And so the whole meh thing to me was like that speaks on San Bernardino, because San Bernardino is so meh sometimes. Like people just don't give a shit. Like people are just apathetic to all the shit happening, right? Like the Amazon issue, the city government in general, all this stuff happening in city government. And so I was like, man, what can I play with on that? And then I eventually thought of like methods, education, and hope. So like using the letters as that acronym.
You see what he did? Oh, hey, hold on, wait.
Yeah, so then
in this part of the interview, I'm gonna literally have it that you just said that. Oh, that was clean. That was clean. Okay, methods, education,
and hope. And so that, right, man, encompasses everything that I'm talking to you about, right? Like regarding the toolkits, regarding trying to create hope through music. Like, so you're talking about the interview, right? That's a part of the education piece for me. Like getting people who have taught me something, recording these conversations. I've had multiple conversations with these people in my lifetime, and like trying to give that back to the community, because I think it's a special thing. Like our learned wisdoms are so much knowledge, right? It's like reading a book. An audio book or something. And so like being able to give that back to the community to learn from, And then the concerts are more of the hope part, like bringing music, bringing culture and love.
Before you get to the concerts,
okay.
the episode today.
Yeah,
Who'd you have on today?
I had Tom Dolan. He's actually my mentor. He's the director of ICUC, Inland Congregations United for Change, and he's really a powerful organizer, dude. A legend in the organizing world. He started youth organizing in San Bernardino, and it spread throughout the region. And then he pretty much taught me how to organize. That's how SB Generation Now came about. Like, I learned how to organize through him, and then I took that shit to the community and did it myself.
And created an organization.
Yeah.
So just to recap your, I guess, titles. You're the comms director at ICUC.
Oh yeah, I'm a communications director at ICUC, Inland Congregation United for Change. You can find us at ICUC Pico. The same, www.icucpico.com. If you want to donate to our work, we're a nonprofit. You get a tax write-off, and we're trying to do a lot in the community.
Taxes pog.
Yeah, dude. We have a lot of different, like, the way organizing works is we work in communities to teach them, pretty much give them education, right? Workshops on how to do their own organizing and build their own power amongst the structures and create structures to do that. Which we call local organizing committees, LOCs. So people, maybe say you're at your school, right? Say you're at school somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You have an issue with something the principal's doing, and it's like a big issue. I don't know. Think of something like maybe they're not allowing you guys to have water on campus or something crazy, right?
Right.
And you guys want to go against it.
You come to your LOC.
You would create an LOC at that location, and you're going to start organizing the people affected by that issue, dude. You're going to start talking to other classmates. You're going to get them together, and you guys are going to start figuring out what the power structure is and how you can make that change. So, like, how can you now allow the water at your school to be sold again or whatever? Like, how they restrict selling at schools? Selling, like,
just
snacks
things
and stuff.
Yeah. You would have.
So
you
maybe
would
you
create
organize
an LLC
against that. Yeah.
to just pivot for. So you're saying that
That's what
ICUC
ICUC does.
teaches.
We have tons of LOCs, tons of churches we work with.
Okay.
Schools, and pretty much we're teaching people how to organize and build power and
power.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty much what we do, though.
Because you, through connection and through organized effort, build power, isn't it?
Yeah. And I guess during the COVID, though, we also have been doing a lot of COVID relief. We've given out like over 400,000 tons of food, dude. Like food boxes. We've been doing it like weekly. And we've been doing it out in Coachella to farm worker families.
Oh, wow.
So we're doing a lot of food donation. Food like drives. And then we did a clothing drive. We've been doing a lot of work around the vaccine. I know you're not a big fan, but
damn. I am what I am. I'm just.
I'm just saying. We're working on that right now.
I don't want to. It's not like a big thing. Look, ICUC sounds like they do a lot of great work.
We do a lot, dude.
And
donate to us though. We need more funders that are from the community.
I don't want to just so quickly pivot away from my thoughts on
sorry.
COVID. I do just want to keep things more so measured on you. It's something I can go off on, and if you want to hear me go off on it, twitch.tv/Jairus Rogue. You can go there, ask me questions about it. But so you're the communications director. Oh yeah, man, quick plugs, man. Communications. This monitoring thing is giving me all the confidence to do that. Like literally, this is revolutionizing my whole podcasting game. This is awesome. But so thank you. But
what's good?
Communications director at ICUC, and what else are you organized in? What other hats do you wear?
That's it.
Really. Okay.
I help with other, like, we form committees amongst our employees, like the other organizers and stuff. Like right now I'm on a fundraising committee, so we're starting to build the structure to do mass fundraising, because we do want to get more we want to crowdfund, like we want people to donate, because we're working in communities. And sometimes we understand if you don't have money at the time, but if you do eventually get a good job, like me, for example, right, like I could donate money back, similar to pretty much anybody in the community, though, right? Like wanting to just donate like $1 here and there, $5 here and there.
It goes somewhere. It goes
exactly.
a long way.
You see that with like Bernie Sanders' campaign, right? Like crowdfunding. He did that in the presidential. Of course, he got some millions with other people too.
But where'd he go, man?
Yeah, he's
Where Bernie
old,
at,
dude.
man?
He's so old.
Nah, but where he at? Yeah, shoot.
The DNC though.
It all,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
but it
That's
almost
power.
feels like,
That also shows you organized power, dude.
Yeah.
Money. There's money power and people power.
100%.
That's something that Tom was saying today. So this dude, so Tom's a doctor. Let me go back to my mentor though. He's a doctor, dude. And he also
Question before
Yeah,
you actually tell me about that. So what is the topic? How do you set up your interviews in the morning with like the one that you did with Tom,
what do you
with
mean?
your
How do I
mentors
set
and
it
with
up?
like how do you set it up in terms of do you have them do a workshop about one specific topic or is it
no,
just like a
dude.
podcast
It's like
interview?
this.
It's just like this. Oh, great.
But I just wrote out like some ideas that I wanted to follow along, you know?
Good. Yeah.
I want
as
to
you
know
should,
like
as you
your
should.
origin or whatever it is, right? And then
So it's just
it
an
just takes off
interview,
from there because I have a lot of
conversational.
rapport with these people. Like I've known them for almost my entire life, right? A lot of these folks that I've interviewed. So
Do you have any goal or purpose with the interviews that you're doing?
education.
Simply education, just
Each
away from the
one's
toolkits.
Each one has different topics.
Right.
So one was like arts and advocacy. This last one was on organizing.
with Tom
I think that's why
Dolan.
it's so stuck
Head
in my mind
organizer.
right now talking about it. But
I see.
what else did I do? I did one on leadership with a council member. I did one. Damn, I'm trying to remember the last.
But in terms of organizing it, that's how you do it.
Sustainability.
You have a topic and a person that also fits it quite well.
Yeah,
and you
in my
delve
mind
in.
at least.
No.
And then
I think it's a great
ask-
setup. I think it's a
ask
great setup.
angled questions. Yeah.
How often do you want to be doing these?
I'm gonna probably keep doing them after. I'm just trying to make me a studio somewhere, like that I can do it out of, but also that the community can use. Like we're trying to build one. Actually,
There you go.
I'm talking
Podcast for the community.
to George Heredia right now, and I'm trying to push him to let me redevelop the Garcia Center's basement so that we could build like a podcast studio. But that's also gonna need crowdfunding. You know, it's gonna cost a lot of money to build like a high tech, a really nice, clean studio that people can use, like a radio station, kind of.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of money. Where do you guys plan on getting it?
The Garcia Center for the Arts, we would build it there.
Yeah. And so, well, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
just check
hey,
out that episode with George, and you'll learn a lot about the Garcia Center, dude. It's a cool place.
So where are your interviews up actually? And
I'm
how
not
can the people?
I'm not putting them out until in July. I got to produce them all, and then I'm gonna make them episodes and release them like weekly, probably.
Good.
To start building a flow and like an audience, and then I'll probably like do a season and then do another season, you
Yes.
know, and start making it like producing it like that.
And then on YouTube, though, is where people
I'll
will
probably
be able
use
to find it, right?
YouTube for
Yeah.
sure, and then Instagram. If it can break down, I'll put it on Instagram too, like IGTV.
Nice. Yeah. That's exactly where it should be. And do you have any thoughts about TikTok? Little snippets on
I
TikTok?
guess if they increase their time limit, right? Isn't it like a small time limit?
I'm not sure how much it is. I think it's a minute that you can put there.
I can't
But-
put an interview in a minute. Maybe little bits of it, but I
Yeah.
also don't want to do all that work. Like, dude, you know how much work it is editing?
Hell yeah.
I ain't trying to like sit, like, I like to draw, I like to hang out with my daughter and my family.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I don't have time to just fucking edit and edit.
Well, I would say that it would have a great value because, man,
True.
TikTok, I hate it. Let's just like
But it
put
has
that
a
out
huge
there.
reach,
But it
right?
has so much.
That's where the
reach.
kids are these days, they say.
That's where but that's where no, not even the kids though. Even the Facebook boomers,
Damn.
people in between,
You know,
they're just
It
flicking on
makes me feel
TikTok,
so
just going
old, though,
mindless,
because
man.
I was in Facebook, like that age of Facebook is when I was like really active, starting to get active in the community, you know?
Yeah.
And like that was where our foundation was for Generation Now, San Bernardino Generation Now. We're late on Instagram. And so it took
But
us a
strong
long
on
time
Instagram.
Yeah, finally. But like we should have been on Instagram a long time ago and we would have had even more following.
How is SB Gen Now's functions today in 2021? What are you guys focused on?
Right now,
SB
we
Gen?
haven't been active.
Okay.
There's some members trying to get it active again now that COVID's coming to an end.
Yeah, man. I mean, COVID stops you
we're
from
like-
going to the streets.
We're really in the community, you know, doing
Yeah.
stuff like having to go volunteer at a park and stuff. But honestly, we did the San Bernardino Generation Now stuff was like when we were young, dude. Like we were in college and like, you know what I mean? Like we had free time.
Yes.
Now we're like, I have my family, I gotta work. I don't have just free time to just do volunteer work like that. I guess that's what I'm trying to. So like we need a new generation to step up. You know, hit us up if you want to use the brand and get out there and do stuff for the community. That's also what I think the basement could be at the Garcia Center. It could be a hub for SBGN, and we could be more of a news network kind of thing, like more communications based, telling people stories.
And okay, so I guess with your work in ICUC getting more serious as well, it's like, yeah, I guess then
I'm still doing the same work.
Yeah, it's the same work, just on a grander scale. And,
I'm doing it with ICUC where I started, dude. I actually organized with them when I was in high school, so I'm like coming back to the family, you know?
Oh.
And it's not that SBGN's dead either, dude. I think it's going to revitalize. It's just, it goes in momentums, you know? Like, it's totally, I think it'll come back soon.
Well,
go ahead, though. I'm going to take
Nah, you guys were active, man. And, hey, listen, you're still active. So that's, hey, man, like, I can't say anything, like, negative about it. It's, you're doing good work.
You reminded me of something. So I was going to tell you, so what was happening during SBGN, right? Like, through all our volunteer work, we started taking positions of power and like getting involved in different things. Like I was a fine arts commissioner, and I was sitting on the League of Women Voters, and I think I sat on the San Bernardino Arts Association.
You, a man, were sitting on the League of Women Voters?
Yeah.
How?
They're anybody can join, dude. Come on, we're in 2021, bro.
That's true, but it's like
anybody can join, like the league. Yeah, but they're a really powerful group, dude, and they're all about the same values that we were working with SBGN, which is getting people to vote. That's what they focus on, and so we did a lot of events in like collaboration, and that's how I kind of got onto their steering committee, like the actual board. There's more men on it too. It's not just me, dude.
Okay, good. So it's not just
you're just like.
So you guys are just sneaking in there for like for the ratio.
No, not even.
Hey, well, dude, whatever you say.
Yeah,
whatever you say.
So pretty much, a lot of our members though were just like all over, dude. Like Miriam was on the Arts Connection board.
There you go.
There was different. Yeah, there was different people on different boards. Miriam also served on the League of Women Voters at the same time.
Yeah, she's a woman.
We'd go to meetings together.
Yeah.
I'm just He's so hating on the league.
Look,
okay.
Well, men in the League of Women Voters. Not hating on the league.
I just want to say the league's history of fighting for the women's right to vote is like fucking crucial in the fight for equity for everyone. And it was a lot of white women at that time, of course, because racism was still happening full throttle, and it still is.
But
back then, I mean, during the, when they were fighting for, what is it called? I don't even remember.
Voting rights.
Yeah, voting rights in the 20s,
But
right?
still, salute to the white women that were fighting, the suffragettes of yesterday,
for sure.
and salute to the salute to all the women of today.
And so I was gonna say George, right? So we helped at the Garcia Center for the Arts, which is this huge art center, beautiful place.
George Garcia?
George Heredia. He also helped me with SBG. Like, he was an SBGN. He's also an SBGN, right?
Okay.
So he helped me, and then me and him together would organize volunteers to help rebuild the center before it opened, right? We were doing a lot of revitalization there.
Good.
And then now he runs the center. He's the director.
So he's got a job. So these are the SBGen now people that have branched out.
So
and
now
then I know
we're connected to bigger networks.
Christian also
works at ICUC. He's a housing organizer.
Yes. Yeah.
He's making sure people know their rights and they're not getting evicted during COVID. Because a lot of landlords are trying to evict people and throw them on the streets during this time. So, it's the economic, that hit that the whole system took. People not paying rent, but landlords not getting paid. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people not treating people like they're people.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, so everybody's doing good work, but everybody's branched off. I want to kind of pivot a little bit, a lot of it.
Go ahead.
The Holy Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Your pseudonym.
What about it?
Where does this come from? I mean, what's the origin? Now that I have you here.
I think I started with it when I had to brand myself for my undergrad. I got a graphic design degree from Cal State San Bernardino. And at the end of it, you have to show a portfolio, and I had to make a branding, like my own logo and shit. So I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? And I was just like fucking around with an M for the longest time. And I finally realized I really liked that the M looked like a cat. And I started doing research on cats. And then I was like, oh shit. Like, one of the main stories that I found was about in Egypt, cats were worshipped as gods because cats would kill cobras, and they would also kill rats who would bring disease. So they killed the poisonous snakes, and then they also killed the rats that would come and like give disease to the villages, right, and whatnot.
Right.
So I just went with the holy cat, dude. I was like, that shit's sick. And then I picked the handle Holy is the Cat because I was raised Catholic, dude, and I always remember like Holy is the Lamb. And I just switched it out, and I was like, that'll flow. And
it does.
That's the story, though, man. Like, a holy cat kills snakes, and it kills the rats. And I really like the idea of killing off that kind of culture, snake culture and rat culture, you know, like people who rat and people who are snakes, like the big banks and shit, the corporations we're dealing with. And then the acronym, bro, is THC. Like, how does it not get any better than that? You know?
The rocks. Yeah, man. Okay, so THC, Holy's the cat.
That's
Cat
the
that
origin.
kills the snakes and the other rodents. Yeah, man, fighting the man. A lot of representation and symbolism there. That was a deeper answer than I was expecting. It was there, but thank you. And so you are the holy cat.
Yeah.
Putting on presented by
the holy cat.
the holy cat.
It's the work by the holy cat.
Work
you know,
by the
artwork.
holy cat, man. Yes, sir. I love it, man. I love a good pseudonym. I love a good pseudonym. I really do. Okay. That was again a deeper answer than I was expecting.
Yeah.
The mural that you were creating on Twitch.
Oh, that one over there.
Yes,
You saw it on Twitch?
Yeah, I actually saw that you were on Twitch. I know that mural was there. I actually posted it on my Instagram today.
Oh, nice.
And
dude.
and man, I just want to. Yeah, dude, I saw you there.
Drinking IPAs and like smoking, and I was like, damn. And
What
then,
are
like,
IPAs?
IPA beers, like craft beer. I like the stronger ones. They're
Wait, what makes those different from like a Heineken?
they're more hoppy.
Hops.
Yeah.
So like,
it's like
what's the flavor of
stronger
hops?
flavor.
Like darker,
to me, it kind of tastes
stronger.
like, or like, to me, it's like the same flavor of weed. To me, I don't know. I kind of feel that same vibe
almost
from it.
Green.
Yeah, like real.
I don't know how to explain it when I say green is a color.
Grains,
but like
right? Like
grainy.
Yeah.
Okay. That's.
You gotta try it, man. If you've never, it depends.
You know
if
what's
you're a
weird?
beer drinker, though. Like, if you
I
beer.
do like actually
Yeah.
beer, but I'm a newbie to the game because I never really did drink when I was a teenager. So
sure.
I'm just coming into I'm only 22 now, and actually only started drinking when little slight flex. We took a vacation, my family, to London, and I was 18.
Shit, okay.
But I was
They went to
18.
London.
And I'll always tell the story. I went
to
into
a pub.
I went to the pub. I went right up, and then I ordered myself a beer, and it was like some Red Apples Ale or something like that. And
Was your mom with you?
Yeah, my mom and my aunt,
She
my
was cool.
godmother.
She was like, whatever.
Oh yeah, she's like, whatever, we're in Rome. And so the beer comes to me. I ordered it at the bar, and then I asked the bartender. I say, hey, can I get a straw? And she said, no, gotta drink it like a man. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, bro, I was in
They're like, these American pussies, they want a straw for their beer.
And ice. I wanted
people.
a straw and ice. And she said, no, you gotta drink it like a man. But yeah, man, after that I started drinking beer. And but your Twitch though.
What happened with the Twitch? I haven't even used it, honestly.
Yeah, dude, you had a
I didn't
3-hour
start
stream, and I think, brother, any way that you possibly can figure it out, that's an avenue that I think you could shine on, bro.
Going
like
long form.
long form. You're an artist. You're image based. which means that you can put your images up and then just have stoners and weird people and whatever and just have the conversation. Like, seriously, the way you had that, it's this, and I have it on my Instagram. I'm going to have it up on the screen now. It's just this, like, it's a mural. Explain to me this mural. It's
Yeah, dude,
what do we see here? We see a lot of different things. We're seeing like Jeff Bezos in the corner. We've got a rocket. We've got a blue guy. We've got America. We've got Amazon trucks. We've got space Pog because SpaceX or I'm not sure. There's like faces on the bottom. What is? I'm gonna have a picture of it up between us or somewhere here. Please explain this art.
Yeah, dude,
wherever it is on screen.
I'm still painting it, honestly. I'm
Really?
not gonna bullshit. It's not done to me, and it isn't done if you really look at it. I need to add more colors, dude.
Would you be okay with me having it on the screen for the interview here? Let me ask.
I don't care, dude.
Okay, good.
It's out there on the window,
Yeah,
people walking by here are gonna see it.
Good. Okay. Yeah.
It's supposed to
Sensible.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you don't like people taking pictures of it, why is it?
It's supposed to be repetition to the wall piece, this zine, and so like a lot of these elements, I pulled them onto there, and the actual painting, dude, that you see, the mural, is
the
related to
Bezos.
Eastgate, dude. So that's all talked about on there under N. And so Eastgate's this major project that happened in San Bernardino, and those are the people on the bottom of the mural are the people who voted for it. And it kind of just goes into this like dysphoria, right? Of like what the future is gonna be. So it's like a futurism of what I see Amazon becoming at the rate that they're going, right? They just made like 22 billion during the pandemic because everybody was shopping online.
Everybody was down in the world except for Amazon. That's a fact.
And so the future of Amazon to me is robotics and
Electric
really
vehicles,
smart
number one.
AI through Alexa, that they're going to be able to have robots doing our jobs, and they're not going to need everybody, and they're eventually going to expand to space because they're working on the program now, and there's going to be there's going to be colonies of theirs out in space, and they're going to try to become the greatest company in the galaxy. That's my fucking thought. And Jeff Bezos is going to be worshipped as a sensei, and like this leader, kind of like
As the
person who made it all.
terraforming
Yeah.
superhuman that reached beyond the stars and actually got something
Yeah.
when he did
for
it
sure.
and like colonized the galaxy. Let him do it. Why not? Fuck it. The robotics part, yes, keep some human interaction there.
I don't
but
think
it's
we
like,
should let him do it.
to put the
That's like saying Superman, don't worry, let Lex Luthor fuck up the rest of the world, or
Or
just
it's like saying,
let the villain fuck up everybody. Like
Is
let the
it?
villain leave people to die instead of spending all these resources to rebuild the earth to the point where you know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't you? Or paying people living wages, bro. They don't have living wages. You're talking about feeding your kids. You don't have money to do more than that,
At Amazon?
Yeah. Dude, think about this. Not only are you isolated from family,
Yeah.
not only are you working your ass off and possibly getting injured,
Yeah.
you're not getting health care. Like, most people don't get the health care jobs. Most people are working temp, working part-time.
It's true.
So they can not only injure themselves from heavy lifting, but now they don't have the health care to take care of them, and they're not making enough money to even buy a home, like to own land in their city. Like, how the fuck is that shit just,
Well, people need to work. And then
Are you trying to play devil's
and then-
advocate?
Yeah,
I
and
can
then
tell.
because the devil is Amazon, man, and it's really not going anywhere. So somehow, some way, we have to. It's almost like I see it as we have to fight with them and fight for people that are within that system, as opposed to fighting the system itself. Because
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, because it's a consumer based. It's a company. And money, the dollar.
Yeah.
Look, man, the dollar rules all, man. In my humble opinion, it that mighty dollar. And
Cash
so,
rules everything around me, Wu-Tang.
yeah, man, cash
Wu-Tang.
rules everything. Fuck it. So, Dollar bills, y'all.
It does, dude. It does, right? But there's also institutions that rule shit. Like if we really took over our democracy and ran our democracy the way we want, we could put policies that keep Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Yes. You know what I mean?
In check and providing things that they should. And I think that
they don't let people fucking unionize, bro. Like they are anti-unions.
But you have Amazons everywhere, and there are people everywhere that are working within Amazons. They need to be represented in ways where they're singularly heard and not, because again, these are singular individual people. Yeah, man, like I'm all for that, but it's just, I'm all for that. I'm all for fighting with the machine as opposed to against it, because they're not going anywhere. But
Go ahead.
The mural is amazing. The mural is spectacular. And then this breakdown. So you have an alphabetical. So explain to me this portion of it, the A through Z.
Yeah, so the A through Z's of Not Cool started with so Jeff Bezos wrote this memo a long ass time ago. I think it was in the 90s. It might be early 2000s. It's called Amazon.love. And so this memo was practically these companies aren't cool because they're bullying other companies, or these companies aren't cool because they're not customer first, or you know what I mean? Like he had this whole memo of what it takes for a company to be loved by customers.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just I looked at it, I read it, and I was just like, holy shit, this dude's fucking doing all of this shit, you know? Like he's actually being a fucking an asshole. He's actually not being cool.
So tell me about this letter he wrote. It was how many years ago, you think?
I don't remember. It's on there though in the source. If you look it up, you'll find.
Which letter are we
it's on the very front. It's the one with his face up there.
Okay, so
next to the cover.
A or Z's of Not Cool.
Yeah.
And so, oh wow, man. And so, but this was when Amazon was a bookstore, and it was low.
I don't know,
and it wasn't up.
Expanding yet. I would have to look at the timeline.
But it definitely seems to have been from a time where he was not Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, and he was coming
having
at
a space project and all this.
And having
stuff.
a space, which we have to talk about that as well.
That's
because
cool. It is cool though.
I don't think it's cool. Why are you shooting yourself into space? Why are you shooking yourself into space? I think there's a very psychological.
I think it's cool to have the future also thought out though, right? But I think the problem is, why are we trying to skip ahead to the future when we haven't even solved the problems here? That's what I feel is
But before
we need to go ahead.
Sorry, it's just so he writes this letter.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, about and it's titled what again?
The A through Z's of Not Cool, I believe.
Not Cool.
It's no, that's my fucking title. It's
this guy.
It's Amazon.
This guy's.
It's Amazon.love. Amazon.
Oh, Amazon.love. Yes.
But it was pretty much everything on there is these people are not cool because of this or whatever, right? To be cool, you would do this. To be cool, you're doing this. You have to read it.
Did he name specific companies?
No.
But he was just naming a lot of the ethos he saw. He probably was looking at things like Starbucks.
I'll show it to you after.
And I do want to see it.
Check it out.
But I think that's fascinating that even something like that exists. You know, this time where it's almost like the Batman quote. I think it's Batman. Do you live long enough to see yourself die a villain, or what was it? Was it?
Yeah, you live long enough as a hero to become the villain, right?
Something along those lines, and it's just.
He was a hero and then he became a villain.
Yeah.
Right?
It's very interesting.
Not even a hero. He was just a fucking business owner who was successful.
And was judging everybody else, and now has become the exact monster, supposedly, that he judges. I mean, and it was an open letter that he put out?
It was to his staff, dude. Oh. I'm sure there's a lot of subversive, there's staff that are going against it, you know? And there's probably... They just can't be open because they'll get fired. But also there are a lot, I've seen them interviewed because I did a lot of research for this. So I've seen little docs where they have ex-staff who help build the systems of Amazon who are just talking against it. We didn't expect to have this out like this, you know, out in the public. We didn't expect to do this or do that.
You watch The Social Dilemma?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, you look and see what all these guys that build up Facebook,
the algorithms,
Google,
right?
It's the algorithms pushing us, and I think Amazon is a
they're collecting their algorithm data.
It's
through
a more
Alexa.
human, physical version of this social dilemma. It's
They've also been trying to track workers in the warehouses, like they have like this bracelet idea, and it's supposed to track like how active you are.
Supposed to.
You know what I mean?
What else is it doing?
That's good data, though. You know.
There you go. Good data.
Think about,
for who?
Think
for what
about
end?
that data, though. For them.
There you go.
They're able to now.
Hey, man. Centralization.
Hey, look at all our slaves. They're working really fast.
Well, not see. I don't want to
like,
say that word, but just because slaves don't make $16, $17 an hour, and it's just like.
But we're slaves to this system of capitalism. Like the way we have to play ball, like unless you leave, like you gotta leave the U.S., right? Or you live homeless, and you just live like out on the off grid,
right?
Which is.
And that's not an option to me. So I just think tweak capitalism to however to benefit the little guy and the guy that's falling behind a little, but leave capitalism to do its thing. That's the opinion.
You're a
I am firmly.
capitalist.
I am. I'm about growth. Pause. I'm
about
really,
revolution.
Hey.
I'm fucking around, dude. I'm a capitalist too. I think we should for sure own businesses. People need to own businesses. They need to learn how. Like, we should be teaching that shit in school, though. Like, public school is fucked up. Like, why don't we fix it? That's a whole nother issue to go on to. But
no, it is, but it's so true. That point that you're hitting on, we don't learn that in school. We don't learn how to use our voice and organize. I mean, we learn how to maybe write. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's significant, right? Like, that's organizing your thoughts.
That's one little piece, right?
But it's like. Speaking should be I mean, so many people come through high school with the fear of speaking in front of others, and I really feel like not that everybody should be ready and able to do this, but I do think it should be something called upon. If you need to use your voice for etc., whatever it is, form, I mean, it should be, but many other things should be in the curriculum, like business savviness or taxes. Literally, how is that? How is it that in our public curriculums, it's not that you don't learn the thing that every adult, every adult has to do?
Or else you get taxed more.
Or prison.
Prison, yeah.
Or prison.
Modern
it's like,
slavery.
What?
That's real slavery too, dude. It's because they take away your rights.
They don't teach you the thing that...
And they make you work for 5 cents an hour and shit.
Yeah, the prison industrial complex is prison industrial complex.
And that came after slavery. Most people know all this, though, right? If you do your research, you'll know. Like, read some books. There's some books out there that are really good about it.
Look, man, corporations are corporationing. They're moving. They're flexing their guns. And they're doing what they want to do. There are people like you though on the ground floor that are actually putting the work in, that give a damn, that want to see people get their just desserts and get what they deserve. And I think that I appreciate you, and that's why I'm actually here, trying to just lend whatever platform I have to whatever you've got to say. So I actually do appreciate you, man. I want to thank you for just what you've been doing. I got more questions for you, but
thank you, man.
Yeah, man, it's just like you do the work, and a lot of people can talk about it, but you're actually out here representing for what people are going through. So
thanks, dude. Thanks.
As far as so when I go to the Holy is the Cat on Instagram, Holy is the Cat. Mm-hmm. When you actually go there, you find these black and white, I think, like if you can see behind me, a style similar to this, where we're seeing what looks like kind of like ash paintings, or ash, not paintings, but ash.
It's just me playing on Procreate when I first had my iPad.
Word.
Now I'm like getting more into Fresco, Adobe programs. Mm-hmm. But let me look at it. I think you might be talking about some other stuff. I think some printmaking on there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so these are prints.
I believe here this is the ACAB kid.
Oh yeah, this guy right here. I just flipped him over and threw him onto the zine. Yeah, dude, I don't want to talk about that zine. That zine's underground. I just put it up for the show.
Okay. As far as that scene, this.
Yeah. This is not talk about that.
But your Instagram has that, so okay.
Oh yeah, it has the images. So what do you want to talk about?
The images. How does that incorporated to the show? To
I think what I've been doing, like right? Methods, education, and hope.
yes.
The goal in organizers is to create hope. The methods, the education, they can come from us, right? That's what the idea of giving these talks. Like, people can watch these talks and learn a lot of stuff that they might have never known before. And then these zines are just my own personal learned wisdoms, research, whatever it may be, put into a zine form that people can now hold and learn from. So it's like being able to pass down my learned wisdoms, and a lot of this is my learned wisdoms. And these images, this is just how I draw, dude. All these little drawings and stuff. The rest of it's collage. Like, this book was collage, but the other ones are just hand drawn.
So these are just hand drawn.
Yeah.
Images. Okay, that's really what I was wondering, because like
All using
that black and white style also too.
Using an iPad, Apple Pencil, Sketchpad Pro, which is fucking amazing if people are digital artists out there. And what else have I used? Adobe Fresco is like the main tool.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
dude.
just really quickly though,
What's up? What's really quickly?
the ethos of this section here is all about protest. And like you said, revolution. Just a real quick button on
that
it.
covers it.
What can you say about revolution as we go forward and protest as we go forward? Because, we talked the last time on the podcast, spoke a lot about defunding the police and like ideas like
I got
this.
on a rant.
And no, but it was good. It was good stuff. But I just kind of want to hear your thoughts about like protest revolution today, because we just passed the 1 year anniversary of George Floyd's death, and we're in a society now, post COVID, where I would say that people are ready to go back outside. We're ready to just have fun and just kind of forget things and go back to a state of non-seriousness. Issues, social issues, and things like that, they fall to the wayside during these moments, periods. These are entire periods. I mean, this could go on for the next 10 years. So where do you see, number one, ideas like defunding the police going in the next even 10 years? And, well, yeah, let's start there. Where do you see that idea even going? Because I'll tell you now, as much as people want to get out and they want to do things, they'll also want to do it safely. And look.
Why don't we just give gangs the ability to protect their communities?
Because gangs have rival gangs.
I'm just kidding. Well, cops don't. You tell me cops aren't rivals with all the gangs and the community, pretty much.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
But if people are
you already created a bad versus good situation.
Yeah.
So now you create this tension.
But if citizens at a bar
are
just going to a bar and are trying to be neutral,
the bar should have a security, though.
They should. But regardless of this security, there should be like an outside presence of safety, because it's not just a bar, it's nightlife, there are alleyways, there are it's just like I understand the devil's advocate, but you have to push it back against this here. It's like, well, yeah, no, a sense of security needs to be had.
The problem with that, dude, is they're not there usually. There's like a statistic out there that police aren't there when crimes are usually happening. Like, it's a really low
crimes.
statistic.
I'm not talking about crimes. I'm saying just on a typical night, we're all going to the bar. It's a good sight to see that if we're in Fullerton, and we're partying, we're doing our thing, you look over and you maybe see down the street at the end of the strip of bars, okay, there's a few set up cops. They're not encroaching, they're not doing much, but they're keeping a watchful eye. Things could pop off, a scream can be heard.
Oh, that's cool.
It's I think that shit, again, protect and serve. I just think that if we just make sure and uphold people to just that very simple idea, just don't overstep, protect and serve, I do think we're in a good place.
I think the problem with police that a lot of people, I think, abolitionist mindset, right, is that it was formed right after slavery as a way for white people to go after people of color for minor offenses and then fucking send them to prison to enslave them again and then just get that free labor.
Yeah.
So, and that's been our system ever since, right? Like, we're still in that, the prison industrial complex.
You look at the drug war or the war on drugs, it's the front for that, yes.
And guess what's a buffer to that, too, is this. Like, a warehouse system where you're not getting paid living wages. You can't own property still. You're still in this struggle to the point where you eventually break and probably want to go commit crime or fucking sell drugs to make more money. And then you're now in the industrial complex again. So, for me, dude, honestly, going back to, like, the defund the police talk, activism and all that, like, I think activism's cool, right? It helps push issues forward. But activism is not the only thing you need. You need to have organizing, like what ICUC has done in San Bernardino, right? You need to have people who are active, dude, like, who are actually building relationship with people in power, building relationship with city council members so they can come into city governance and be like, hey, it's not that we want to defund the police, but we want to reallocate funds. You know, we want to put some of these funds into community policing, into other programs that are going to help people with mental health. Yeah. Like, police shouldn't be dealing with the homeless. Why don't we have officers who do that, right? Or another type of service that works with the police, but
I believe in additive services like that.
Yeah.
I would also think that the police just need more training as well, though, because you have situations like that one with the female cop who was trying to arrest this brother, and he was a young guy. He was maybe trying to squirm or scram or whatever. She thinks she's picking up her taser, and she's picking up a fully loaded pistol and is just discharging it, and then screams in surprise and in full, like, I just shot him. So it's just like, you know, I would think that's a call for more.
I don't think you could train somebody to be in an adrenaline situation.
Of course you can. I mean, I think that's the Army or the Navy SEALs or any combat based or martial arts.
We want our police to? Why do we want? For me personally, this is my own personal thoughts. Like, why do I want, like, the police to be this, like, military force? I think that's something that's happened under Reagan as well. From my research, is like during that time, or not Reagan, it happened under Bush, the first Bush. He was like Desert Storm happened in '91. That's when I was born, around then. So, like, Desert Storm happens and all this shit, right? Like, the first fight in the Middle East over there, and then he has all this extra equipment and shit left over, and they start giving all that to police departments, like, around the entire nation, right? The feds do. And so, like, we militarized police, and it's like, why do we need militaries? Like, we should be able to call the National Guard the actual military if we really needed a military support, right?
I think so, but I think that the word military kind of is umbrella. And I think some elements from a military style training, like martial arts.
Okay.
And again, you ask the simple question of how do you train somebody for an adrenaline fueled situation? Martial arts, jiu-jitsu. It's like if you're getting choked out constantly and know what it's like to have somebody actively trying to take your breath away or your arm away or your legs away, it's like, you'll get used to that. And situations that are not that, which is conversations with others, virtually anything else, it's like you're not getting choked out. You don't
have an adrenaline level.
You will have an adrenaline level that is more matched.
That doesn't sky through the roof, you know?
You're more so used to that situation. And so
I get you.
I think that police officers need better training and more constant training. I mean, I've heard that idea.
I was thinking you were talking about
it's a Joe Rogan idea. It's a Roganite idea. But it's also Andrew Yang. I mean, he says police officers should have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. It's like, that. I mean, and I keep bringing up jiu-jitsu because I'm a practitioner or whatever it is you want to say. But look, man, and I swear by it. This shit is good. I mean, it's changed my entire outlook on things. It's changed my confidence, and it's just given me this perspective of, yeah, no, if I'm not getting choked out, that I'm not getting choked out right now. So anything is better than that. So, well, how bad can whatever situation I'm in be, really? And without that, and before that, I just didn't have that. I would panic in situations, even just, social situations. Yeah, I mean, I just really think that police officers could benefit from more training, and we don't have to, go.
I don't know why we would have to pay for that though. Like, that's the other problem, dude. I'm gonna go to, and first off, I want to apologize because right away I thought you were gonna talk about gun training, and like under adrenaline, and I was like, how the fuck are they gonna ever get gun training? Like, if they were in a shootout, Like,
right.
And I'm sure there is a military way, but why do we want officers doing that when they should be interfacing, like you said, face to face with community?
I'm glad you brought that up because, gun training is one thing, but man, if you know what to do, if a police officer is right here with you so much, if you know how to put your hands on somebody, it's especially with some jujitsu, it's a tough day if you don't know what you're doing. If the other person knows nothing, it is not
and
fun.
You can take out somebody at a different weight size. That's what's good about it.
It's literally a martial arts created for the weak. It's
sure.
When you have technique, you specifically can take down those that are much larger, stronger than you.
Sure,
it's
dude.
specifically created for that. And I really do think if you see something like that and more training of awareness, again, not exactly live shootouts, but you got to know what that taser feels like as opposed to that loaded 9mm. That's ridiculous.
How freaked out that girl was, though. That woman.
That woman,
she was probably like, "Oh my god, in her head, And her adrenaline must have been up through the roof, dude. That like it just. It's a fucking terrible situation right now. Like,
but even tasers shaped like guns. See, true. Like these things, like wait, it's a taser. It's a taser. Not a gun. Yeah. Tase gun, you can do that word semantic, word game shit. But no, it's called a taser. So why not just make it a taser, a completely different shaped thing, so that when you're going for it, you're like, oh wait, no, that's my 9mm. This is the machine to just stun people.
Even.
Different.
Like,
well, I think it's yellow. They're bright yellow. A lot of them.
Then how the fuck did she?
But it's on your hip. Oh, so again, if you're grabbing a handle, it's very similar. So I just think small tweaks like this. And just more insight into what a cop would go through. I mean,
you're so logical, man. They probably just don't think logically. They're just doing whatever the fuck. Like,
who's they though? It's like politicians, isn't it? It's like, and I think that's why
police unions, bro. Police unions run the politicians, dude. It's
there you go.
Organized power. So like, that's what I was gonna get to. Is like you're talking about, like it's not about defund the police. It's about reallocate funding because these motherfuckers take up like over 60% of the budget. And it ends up leaving no money for parks. And then you end up with a shitty quality of life. You end up with terrible lighting around the city. You end up with potholes.
You end up with shitty police that go into Walmarts and then take people for crimes that they didn't do. And I'm speaking from personal experience, but it's like...
They came after you?
Yeah, not me, but my brother definitely got arrested for a crime that he did not commit at all. And the cops publicly humiliated him. In the Walmart that he worked at. And they said in front of him that they were going to do so. These motherfuckers did no investigation. They did no second look. They didn't look past whatever it was. They just saw some little black kid who was just charged for something like stealing money from the register from a place he's been working at for years at that point. A couple years. And it's like, no, fuck you. We're just going to treat you like your shit. Yeah, fuck you. So it's just like a higher standard of police officer. But I really specifically think that comes with reallocating those funds, unfortunately, into some of those shitty police officers' pockets. But weeding out those shitty police officers when we reallocate those funds so that the only ones that get it are the ones that we want out there. That's kind of a...
I think there's a lot of different things, like layers to it. And one of them is like a lot of these people don't even live in the communities that they serve. And that ends up like you're now draining 60% of your budget and they're not going to spend it back in the city. You know what I mean? Like, how do we fix that problem? And that's something that's like, you can't put restrictions on where people work and live, Yeah. But you could give incentives. We could be like, hey, we'll help you pay for your house, if you're going to live here for this many years.
It's like incentives go far, but then there are cultural blockages. And that is
oppression from police for the longest. Like I said, the origins of it.
Yeah.
And dude, we just barely got phones. Imagine if we didn't have phones and like that dude got shot, right? And we didn't have a phone or anything to record it, or the body cameras. That would have probably been on a different report. Like he had a gun. You know what I mean? They could have wrote whatever the fuck they wanted.
Just fall into the wayside. It's just something we didn't see. Didn't really
Police
happen.
were doing that for the longest.
Yeah.
So it's like this fucking. We got to break that system, and especially like make sure police unions aren't fucking over cities. And that's something that happened in San Bernardino. Is like we went through a bankruptcy because the public safety took so much money out of San Bernardino, and we owed so much for their retirements. Dude, they make a lot in retirement, and the police chiefs they can become millionaires, dude, just being a police chief for a minute. Like, you become a millionaire, and then you're getting paid half of that when you retire, so you're still fucking just balling,
and is it based on how well of a job you're doing?
I don't think so in the end, right? Well, the city can get rid of their police chief if they're doing a terrible job, but usually they're just doing the job of policing, which is pretty much harassing people in a poor community, right? Who doesn't have a lot of resources.
It's protecting and serving is what it should be.
That's what it should be.
And again, people, I will say for a lot, there's many situations I can actually go down where that is exactly what it is. But things get haywire. They need to weed out all the bad eggs. Meh.
Yeah, what's up?
Please remind me of this acronym.
Methods, education, and hope. Methods,
education, and hope. Yeah. Exclamation mark. I'm here inside of the little gallery of San Bernardino with my guy Mike Segura.
Up, man?
Thank you again for doing this, brother.
Sure, dude.
I've pretty much asked the extent of my questions. I've asked everything I wanted to ask. Yeah, man.
Pretty much.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I'll give you the links and stuff. There's a link people can go to. I think it's bit.ly/meh, all capital, toolkits, and I'll take you to the toolkits. Still updating them, by the way. I got to make some edits, like grammar edits and shit.
Okay.
But you can find toolkits there. You can find some fonts that I used, like the ransom note font. You can find textures. You can find some graphics. You can feel free to like get creative with them. Make protest art. Do stuff that you whatever your issues are in your community. Make art against that or to promote solutions, right? To try to make change. And you can find all that at Meh.
The bit.ly.
The bit.ly, yeah. So those resources and the zines as well. Some of the zine teaches you how to do community organizing, so you want to learn that. And another one teaches you about the whole struggle against Amazon right now.
And so my last question, I guess, just to clarify, so the interviews that you're filming now are not out.
No. Just follow my channels. Follow my channels, and you'll eventually see them. Probably sometime in July, I'll be starting to drop them.
The Holy Cat.
For sure.
But what is out now is the interview or the educational toolkits.
Yes, and these two zines are up there. People can see them. Yeah, these are zines. Like, I'm gonna print them, little booklets,
nice.
Mini magazines.
Nice.
But people can access the digital files online and check it out. If it's all free resources. So. And
it's a bit.ly that's gonna actually lead them to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, great.
For sure. And thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Nathan. Like, this shit was fun, man.
Hey, dude, I hope you come on again. This is your actually second episode, and I don't have much else to say. So with that,
peace out, y'all.
It's the Rambling Rowgh Show. That's all we got. Peace. That's it. All right. That's great.